Alright guys, got the 6400 in the shop. I've been having some problems with my hydraulic sockets here. I didn't have the problem until I bought the no-till drill. For some reason on that drill, you know, the hitch adjusts how deep in the ground the no-till coulter is going to ground. And when you raise it up, so you have the hoses in this side, it settles really fast and it drains out these drains on the opposite side. So I called John Deere and I ordered sockets, and I got 3 of them. They had to order me the 3rd one or the 4th one. The thing I'm noticing with these is there's 2 tops and 1 bottom here, I believe is what it is. The tops or the bottoms have 2 nipples on there for drain, for that drain tube, and the tops are supposed to have a single and the bottoms are supposed to have a double. So you hook the drain nipple from the top one into the top into one of these, and the other one goes down back into the transmission. Well, they had 2 of the bottoms and only 1 of the tops, so I'm waiting for the other one. But supposedly the inside of these on the original ones are known for that happening. It says in one of their little sub notes or whatever that these are a replacement that's supposed to fix that issue. So I don't know if that's going to be the case or not, but the whole complete socket is $82 a piece. I was going to buy a rebuild kit and rebuild them, and screw it. I'm going to order 4 new ones and then I'll rebuild these. I have a guy that wants me to no-till some new seating for him, so I don't want to go and rebuild it and then me mess something up and not have it ready. So I'm pulling these off right now. Gonna change the ones I can, and then the other parts are supposed to be in here Wednesday, and today is Friday. They're supposed to be here Tuesday, but my wife doesn't work till Wednesday, and it's just kind of foolish for me to run all the way to town, which is 30 miles away, to get that part when she'll work the next day and she'll be in town already. So I'm gonna, you see I already got this one loose and this bottom one loose, so I'll get these other 2 loose and then get them pulled out. We'll see what they look like. Alright, so I got those removed. They're just a pipe thread. And there's an O-ring on the back side there. You can see there's 3 bottom ones and 1 top. So somebody's been in here before, and the best part about it was this one that's supposed to be a top was on the bottom. This was a county tractor. It was straight into John Deere. I bought it. John Deere went through and did a lot of work to it before I bought it. I went and test drove it, and there were some things on it that weren't right, and in the dealing they fixed everything that I had an issue with. And I've never had a newer tractor like this, so I thought when I bought it these hoses were kind of funny how they only went to 1 hole in each of these instead of really it should just be this wide coming off here, this tube, and this tube should go to the bottom sets here. And then there should just be a short chunk from like this one here. This one should go to the drain into the transmission. This one here should just run a short tube up to the top one. So when you're unhooking and hooking your hoses up, if they drip anything, it's supposed to drip back down in there instead of on the ground or wherever else, I'm told. So anyways, that's the deal with that. And so yeah, I've got these 3 new ones, which sucks that I don't have all 4 of them today, but they just right in there. And it said on one of the packages, or maybe it said on here, it's supposed to have a 62 millimeter wrench to change that. Well, there's my 62 millimeter wrench. So I've kind of found that you kind of have to, there's that one's on there and tight. And these drains, they just were spinning on the other one, so just move him out of the way. And they'll take this other one, the other bottom one. This might take two hands because these new ones, the drains don't spin on there very easily. See if I can hold the camera with the other hand. I wonder, I know like at Fleet Farm you can buy the ends like what Oliver 66 Farm Boy has on the back of his Olivers. I don't know how hard it would be to get threads that would thread into the back of these valves and put those quick disconnects on here. If these continue to be an issue, they're definitely cheaper than these, but now the fun part trying to get the pipe wrench on there without breaking your knuckle on everything. Tighten her down the best you can one-handed. That one's tight. So this just pivots on there, and I'll get the last one here. The last one that I have, and this one here needs to go on first. Like so. Put the pipe wrench on there. That's tight. I don't want to over tighten them and snap that off inside there. So now, once I get that fourth one, I'll get him put in there. Worst comes to worst, I can always put one of them back in there if I have to use it. But now, I just cut a short piece to put in there. You can see that. Connect the top to the bottom. And then the bottom one there, just take this hose. If I can get you in the view here. Put him up on there. There, that one's connected, so I'll just cut a short piece to put in there. And then this one here should go on there, and I kind of monkeyed around with this a little bit before. Like this one's too short now. I might have to use one of those other tubes to put on there, but that's how it's supposed to be. And yeah, I know my tractor's dirty. I broke my wand on the pressure washer, and I went and bought a new wand, and for some reason the hose won't thread into the top. Or it's not that the threads won't go on there, it's that the end that's supposed to go into the pressure washer, it's too big, so I need to go down and buy a new hose for that too. So otherwise I would have washed this before I did this job. But so those are pretty simple to change. I just hope they hold up and it doesn't become an issue. tractor does have 9,500 hours on it. And somebody's obviously messed with it before, but who knows if they rebuilt them themselves and they didn't get it right or whatever. But I've never, I guess I've never really showed this tractor, other than maybe walking by it in the shop or in the shed. When I bought it, it had 4 brand new skivvies on it. It's already all narrowed up for 30-inch rows. And I want to say they told me it's a 98 model, one of the last years it was made before they went to the 10 series. I do want to paint it one of these winters, but it's going to have to wait until I get this shop done so I can actually get it warmer in here. There's no fluid in it. I don't want any fluid. The 4020 is the only thing I have fluid in. That's just because he's a loader tractor for the most part. I'll show you one of the reasons I want to paint it. I need to fix the tin here. It was a county tractor, so it saw salt. And there you can see a number on there, and there's another number on here somewhere too you could see. But otherwise it's, I don't know what you call it, it's like the premium package or whatchamacallit, because it has 2 doors, the whole 9 yards. PTO, heat, air conditioning. There's the 4-wheel drive button. Lights. And then one of the things was when I went to look at it, the half the lights on the dash didn't work. It wouldn't tell you when the PTO was on, it wouldn't tell you when it was in 4-wheel drive. They fixed all those. The front lights didn't work. They put a whole new wire harness going to the front, which probably didn't need to be done, but I think anymore dealerships don't want to troubleshoot, they just want to replace parts, so it's easier just to replace a whole wire harness, I guess, other than trying to find a bad spot, which I guess for me as the buyer that was fine. And the radio didn't work, and they put this radio in here. I don't know if you can read it or not. But it has all the goodies on it, and if you're got on the right channel, it's got the whole, just like a lot of the new vehicles, tells you the song and all that. And then this nice feature here.
Highs in the upper 60s. Again, the forecast for west central Wisconsin, including Eau Claire and Chippewa Falls for tonight, mostly cloudy, areas of frost overnight, lows in the lower 30s, northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Now here is the hazardous weather outlook for portions of central Minnesota,
so,
east central Minnesota.
It's a pretty nice radio. I would say for being a replacement for one that didn't work. And of course I got the Baylor monitor in here and what have you. The thing I like about it is this back window howl. It opens way out. I traded off I had a New Holland 790 chopper with a 824 corn head. I traded that off on a Baylor a year ago, and I've always had a thing for the old New Holland cut and throws, and I've had a Super 717 for many years that I use for chopping bedding, and I always wanted a 718, so I bought a 718. I really wish back in the day, a year or two ago, when Cole Allred sold his 718, I wish I could have bought that, because that was a pretty nice clean chopper. The one I bought needs a little bit of work. And and it only has a 1-row head, so I'm kind of hoping to find a 824 to put on him. But I've got a couple buddies that have had the 718s with 2-row heads, and I don't know. They're not as good as a 782 or a 790, but in my mind, I only chop 10 to 15 acres of corn silage a year, and there's a lot less moving parts on them than there are on the other ones. And I had a 782 before my 790, and it grenaded, and it was going to cost way more than I spent on the chopper to fix it, so I ended up buying a 790. And that was starting to have electrical issues, so I decided when I bought my New Holland baler, I traded the chopper towards the baler, and I bought the 718, and I have, like I say, I've had a 717 for years, and I ended up buying another 717 that I chopped my corn silage with last year that came with a 2-row wide head, which I use on narrow row. It works, it just doesn't always feed the greatest. I use that, and I'm just getting tired of electronic issues and control boxes not wanting to work right, so I went old school, back to the old hand controls, and I figure if nothing else, I will make my own electronics for the chopper, or I'm just going to hook it up so it's hydraulic, you know, turn when you're turning, so the spout turns, and then might just use a window motor out of a car for doing the flap. But other than that, I don't go up and down the road a lot with a chopper, so I don't need a hydraulic tongue or nothing like that. And really, these cut and throws are narrow enough, you really don't really got to fold them up to go down the road anyways. But anyways, here's the 6400. They say I bought it a year ago. It's been a hell of a good tractor in the time that I've owned it. I bought this last year, and 3 years ago, I want to say it is now, I sold my 4430, and then last spring I sold my 4440, and I kept my 4020 and my 4030, which had a sound guard cab and quad range. And I sold the 4030 right after chopping corn silage last year, and I bought this just before corn silage. And the 4030 and the 4020 on that rental land over there, I chopped off some of that, and I was having troubles with some of the hills, so I used this on the hill. And then once I got done with the hill, I put the 4030 on the chopper, and I used this for hauling loads because that driveway they had to come in out of, we were damn near dragging the running gear frame in the mud, so this tractor here didn't even know it was behind it, just clawed right through it. So I'm hoping in another year or two to get him a big brother. I want to get a 7400 or a 7410 like One Lonely Farmer has. Front wheel assist, but I do not want a loader, and preferably I want the shifting pattern the same that this one has. I don't want a reverser up on the steering wheel, and I don't want the one where the 4 power shift speeds. I don't want the one where that does forward and reverse too, because I hate having to shift through all the gears to go forward and backwards. Seems kind of foolish to me. I like this one where it has the 3 shifters on it. But anyways, that's a 6400 for anybody that really wants to see it. It's faded. It was a township tractor, so, or not a township tractor, it was a county tractor. So, but it runs good. It's doesn't burn any oil or anything that I can tell, doesn't leak anything. So, and the other thing I like about it right here, here's a positive and a negative connector for your monitors or whatever you, and then I don't remember, there's somewhere down here you can run the wires out and connect them right here if you have the old style that would hook onto a battery. But my round bale monitor plugs right into the 12 volt plug that's right next to it, so that's nice. But anyway, so hopefully this cures the problem of the grain drill settling. But yeah, I had these two hooked up to raise the tongue up and down, which sets the no-till coulters in the ground, and then this set would put the roll units down on the ground and gauge the drive. Well, when you raise it up, somehow it would leak back out this side, and it would just, I mean, run out. That's all this oil on here is from that. And I'm probably 5 gallons low right now, so I need to go get more oil too. But I called John Deere and I asked them, what the hell, how is it doing that? And they said these, he looked it up, and then the footnotes on it, it said that the originals on these were known to do that, that these are supposed to be cured of that issue. So hopefully that doesn't do it anymore, or hopefully they last for another 5,000 hours or better. But that was another thing, this little deal here, this aluminum housing. My one lever wouldn't move when I got the tractor home, and I called John Deere and I told the salesman, I said, there's the one lever won't move. They sent the guy out and they brought this part and they changed it, and it's worked great ever since. So apparently this is aluminum and then there's steel inside. And most mechanics know that aluminum and steel really don't go together, that they like to fuse to each other, and well, that's what happened. So, but they fixed everything on it, and I love the tractor. So anyways, there's a little repair video on the 6400 and these hydraulic quick coupler sockets. So thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.